Good morning, especially my Solid Rock community. Hey, everybody. I'm going to give you guys some time to get in here. Get in here, get in here, get in here, get in here. I wanted to know how your day is going. I want to know how your life is going. How has your week been? How has your moment been? How has your second been? How has your year been? We are coming to the end of the year and getting ready for a new year. And I just wanted to get on here to tell everybody to continue to support each other. That's number one. But I just really wanted to see how everybody was doing and get on here and see how you guys are feeling and how is life treating you. Good morning. Good morning. I just wanted to come on for a quick moment to just kind of find out how you guys are doing, just see how life's been treating you, and to just kind of give you a word and talk about some of the interesting things that's going on around us in the world. Which, I mean, if you know, you know. If you are a Christian, good morning, Joshua. If you are a Christian, I definitely wanted to see you guys, whether you're a Christian or whatever you label yourself as, you may be just coming into Christ. It doesn't matter. But I just wanted to say this. There is so many people around us, the world, that's being radical nowadays. But what has surprised me the most is how many people that are supposed to be following Christ, but they have yet to step up and say anything or do anything about what's going on. Or we have so many people that are Christ-like, that are being passive, turning their heads. Listen, God said he give us all powers. All powers. So if God gives us all powers, and he said he leave these things with us when he went away, so why are no Christians standing up? Why are we not standing up for our brothers and sisters? Even the ones that haven't even come into Christ, we should be standing in the gap for them. That means that just like anybody else can be radical, we can be radical as well, but we do it in a way that is not disgraceful. Let me say that, because we are representing Christ at all times. But Christ never told you to just be a doormat or just take anything or lay down and let people say whatever they want to say to you. Matter of fact, you have way more power than these people have. He said, call those things that be not as though they were. You know, God is still true today. He even tell us our weapons are not carnal, but they are mighty for pulling down strongholds. So what are you guys doing? I want to know, what are you doing? I mean, of course, we're praying. Of course, we get up every day, have an attitude of gratitude every day. I'm so grateful to God just to be here. Whenever I wake up every morning, I say, once I wake up and my two eyes open, everything after that is a bonus. I thank God for opening my eyes and giving me another opportunity each and every day to serve him. And then I always say, Lord, let thy will be done. Not my will, but his will. So that's first and foremost. And then I go into prayer and thank God for each and every person that's in my life, for my support system, for people that really get up and actually have me on their mind, or people that have prayed for me for that day to give me the strength to get up and be able to do whatever God has destined me to do. And I think that's what we should be doing for each other. We need to be praying for each other, giving each other the strength. We need our brothers and sisters that are weak. We need to be up praying for them, asking God to give them the strength, because we don't know what they're going to be under for that day, whether they be on a job, whether they just walking in the streets or in a department store. It doesn't matter where they are, but I want God to give them the strength to even be able to fight against whatever spiritual warfare they're going through, or even to give somebody a kind word so that they can help them keep moving for that day or that moment, because we never know what each other's going through. But I always say, Lord, give me that strength. Give me the strength to always be standing in the gap. And I'm always praying for people and asking God to please give them the weapons that they need to face whatever spiritual principality they may come upon that day. So that's something. Hey, so saying good morning. Hi, Fire with Dr. Ninja Turtle. Hey, everybody. Yesterday was my birthday. God has been good to me. As you can see, it was great. I had a great time. I mean, I enjoyed just the love and support and the peace and the quietness. You know, I thank God that I even made it thus far. And, you know, I said, God, you know, you've been so good to me, because he has. God has been really, really good to me. My kids are healthy. They're doing great. You know, they're learning life and how to get out and take care of business and being independent. So God has been really, really good to me. I'm blessed with you guys. I get to get on live every now and then. I'm not big on the camera, but that's why I said when I get on here, I'm always like, God, give me a word for the people so that I'll know what to tell them and what to say. And I just be wanting to know what you guys are doing and what you have going on. I'm deeply concerned about everybody. So I know I was actually doing some things in the house. I do reselling and stuff. So I was doing some things in there. And so, I got to thinking, and I was like, you know what? Sometimes people don't realize that even in the storm, God is right there with you in those storms, or no matter what you're going through, he's right there. And I thought about David. And I know you guys can recall the story of David, because there were so many. And of course, we all know that he wrote most of the book of Psalms. And every time that Saul was getting ready to do something to David, and because David had been anointed as a child to be king, but it was 17 years before he actually became king. And so when David was going through these things, he had to continue to face all the principalities and all the stuff, like, which was the same kind of people that we face today, and the things that we go through. Those same spirits are still here. So as David was going through that, at first Saul loved David, but once he found out that David was going to become a king, you got to think David was a young boy. So when he found out he was going to become king, Saul began to want to kill David. And Saul's son, Jonathan, he favored David a lot. Isn't it something how your kids can be the one to see something that you don't see? And so when he favored David so much, he had every time the father would want to kill David, Jonathan would go and warn David and say, you need to do this or do that, get away because he's coming. But even in all of that, David was a man after God's own heart. He would always pray, and he would always ask God, what should I do next? What should I do next? So that's one key point I want to make sure that everybody understands. Whenever you're in a situation, make sure you're consulting God and asking him. David said, shall I pursue, or shall I fall back, or shall I pursue? And that's when God had told him that he needed to pursue. But even in that moment, David would always ask God, he would consult God about what should be done. But what I'm saying all that to say this: no matter what you're going through, make sure you're talking to God and asking him what he would have you to do. With all the stuff that's going on in this world right now, it's so much confusion, so much going on. But at the same time, God said you got to keep your eyes on the prize, which is Jesus Christ. Don't be distracted by the little things. Don't be distracted by the small voices. You got to block all the voices out and hear the voice of God. And when God tell you to move, like he was telling David. Because see, people don't understand. David was very powerful, and like David even showed Saul, he said, there were many times that I came upon you that I could have killed you. He even went so far as when Saul was asleep, he cut the cloth off of him and said to let Saul know that you were asleep and I had gotten that close to you and could have did anything I wanted to do to you. But he also understood the assignment. There are instructions with every assignment, and you have to follow God's instructions to the T. Because when he said, but he understood that God had called Saul. So he couldn't kill him because God had called Saul. God had put him in that position. So sometimes, no matter how much you want to, people can get under your skin so bad, sometimes you want to just tell them off. But in that moment, you have to remember, you have to be obedient. You have to pay attention and remember the instructions. Wait until God tell you to pursue. And when God tell you to pursue, it's going to be done right. So David did not kill Saul. He allowed Saul to continue breathing. But there were many times he kept warning Saul, like, you continue to be disobedient to God because you don't want me to become king, but God had already chosen him. So, whenever God got something for you and he done chose you for it, it may not happen that day. It may take a while. Even on these jobs, when some of these people getting on your last nerves, don't be dismayed, because God gonna remove them in his timing. He's gonna remove them, because we know the evidence shows that David did become king. David did become king. So there's no stopping what God has for you. And even with this job loss thing, and no matter what is going on, like, I know there were some people in power that were talked to and talked down on and made to feel very, very, very bad. But you know what? Even in that moment, God still got them. God still got them. Even on your job, no matter what happened, even today, no matter what happened, if you are fired off that job, if they let you go, no matter what happens, keep your eye on the prize, which is Jesus Christ. Because sometimes God is just shifting you. If God move you from that job, don't think that it's a man moving you. It's God. He's doing a shifting right now. Everything is not always about man. It's a lot of things that God do for reasons. He's getting ready to do something different. People are still trying to figure out what is going on and why is so much going on in this world. Always remember this: when Jesus was coming in this world, there was a whole lot of chaos going on, to the point that Herod even sent to try to figure out where he was and when he was going to be born so that he could have him killed. And he started killing all the children that were under 2 years old. So it's the same today. The chaos that's going on around us in the world, don't be distracted, because through all that chaos, God is at work. So if you're leaving that job, it's not because a man is moving you. God is moving you. He's getting ready to give you something better. You're either going to get a better job or you're going to start your own business. That dream, or some of us would get so complacent on these jobs that you don't realize that you're carrying a vision and a dream, and you're carrying a business inside of you that has to, everything has a connection. The business that's inside of you has to birth up, because there are other people that need for you to bless them. You're going to be a blessing to somebody and some families. But if you stay complacent on that job and keep fear in you, then you won't move. So in order to move, you got to have certain things that happen. So if you losing that job, ask God, what is it, Lord? What is it that you're trying to show me, or what is it that you'll have me to do? Sometimes God will move you all the way around the world. It's a shifting because he's getting things set up. So the battle is not yours, it's the Lord. So we have to move according to when he tell us to move. You know, when I was getting ready to even come on this live, I wasn't going to do this live, but I said, you know what? When God started speaking to me, saying, tell the people that even in the midst of the storm, I'm still there. Just like when the disciples was in the boat and they said, Lord, cares not that we perish. And he said, you know, you got to realize who's in the boat with you. Jesus was in that boat that whole time. And he said, you have to realize that I'm in the boat. Keep your eyes on me. Even in all the chaos going on in the midst, no man is moving without God. I can guarantee you that everything that's going on, God is in the midst of it. And he knows how it's going to end. God's not going to let his people perish. But, you know, if you perish, God said it's because of lack of knowledge. It's because people don't want to know God, or they want to ignore what God is trying to show them. But I'm telling you, God loved you so much that he said, even all these years, he said, I still wait for you. I will wait till you are ready, till you come into the knowledge. But you got to want it. You got to desire it. That's why he tell you, seek first ye the kingdom of God. And all things, not some, all things will be added unto you. So don't be uptight. Don't be afraid. Just every day you wake up, continue to tell God, Lord, let thy will be done. Let thy will be done. Watch over me. Watch over my family. Watch over my children. Watch over my husband. Watch over my wife. You know, the biggest and strongest weapon we have is our Bible and prayer. When you pray and you get up early and pray, things have to line up. You may not see it in the physical lining up, but it's definitely lining up it's going to line up in the spiritual realm first, and then it'll line up in the physical realm. But you must get up early and give God your first time. When you first wake up, give God that time. Give God that time. He told you, even when Jesus was going and to talk to his father, he said the disciples was falling asleep, but people failed to realize that Satan was entering into them, making them fall asleep so that they couldn't get the blessing. And that's why Jesus said, even when I went away for an hour, you couldn't even stay up and pray for an hour. But he already knew what Satan was gonna do. So that's why it was finished before it began. He didn't even Satan never understood that. Same way with the cross. It was finished before Jesus even went and got on the cross. It was already finished. He just walked it on out. And when he got up there, he said, it's finished. And that was for us, for now. He was looking past the cross. He saw us. That's why he give us grace and mercy, because he already saw what was going to happen. He already knew that the spirit was willing, but the flesh was going to be weak. So even in the midst of all of that, you have to get up every day and thank God. Thank God. Thank him for all the things that he's kept us from, the storms that he's kept from hitting us, the things that could have came upon us. He saved us. Somebody didn't get up this morning. Somebody didn't make it into this world this morning. Somebody didn't get that other opportunity. That's why you have to do it while you got breath in your body. Because it's plenty of people that didn't make it this morning. It's plenty of people sitting in the hospital right now. It's people sitting in the nursing homes that had great dreams and great visions and even completed them. But now they can't do it anymore. They don't get to get up and do those things. They can't just walk out and, open up a business or do those things. Everybody has a certain time period that you have to get things done. So every day that you wake up, be grateful, be thankful. Be thankful. It doesn't matter what you have. Be rich in people and not rich in money. I'm going to say that again. Be rich in people and not in money. So you guys, today I'm asking, have a great day. Enjoy your day. Take that word. Keep it in you. Bless somebody. Bless somebody with just your kind words, or you may, it doesn't matter. Small things matter. Small thing, the smallest things matter. So you guys have a great day. I'm glad to see everybody here. Jeffrey, I'm always glad to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you guys for coming over, Dr. Firehouse, Dr. Ninja Turtle. I'm glad to see you here. Joshua, I'm glad to see you here. But I just want to get that word out to you guys today. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm glad to see you guys. Matter of fact, if I don't see you no more this week or do a video, then you guys enjoy your day. Be blessed.